Well, last week we were lucky enough to have Brian Lima join us on our Paris rooftop studio, but unless his appeal against a three-match suspension is upheld, this World Cup for him is over, and probably with it his international career. Yes, Lima will be remembered as the only man so far to have played in 5 World Cups.
The Rugby World Cup is all about heroes, mortal men thrust into the furnace of competition, withering or winning. To make it this far, to be at the Rugby World Cup 2007, you have to be better than just good. You have to be brilliant. So to be at your 5th consecutive Rugby World Cup would be nothing short of astonishing. Yet that's exactly where Brian Lima finds himself, and Samoa heroes don't get bigger than Brian. Samoa names that have cemented their place in rugby, Lord Jones, Tuigamala, Umaga, all pale in comparison. After 17 years of service to the Manu, Brian Lima is on the precipice of calling it quits. He'll retire where he began, at the Rugby World Cup. They call him the chiropractor, and for good reason. In the book of rugby commandments for the last 17 years, commandment number 9 has been, "Thou shalt not run directly at Brian Lima." Derek Hogarth found that out the hard way at the last Rugby World Cup.
Hogarth put his hand up, and then I think to myself, oh wow, this is a great opportunity for me to hit it really hard. So I don't want him to get up again and play. So, you know, it's a good hit, and well, that's what rugby is all about. You know, they call me chiropractor, and I don't understand what the chiropractor is. You know, and then I start asking them, why you call me chiropractor? And they said, you know, when you make a tackle or put a big hit to someone, they hear something click.
And so before he leaves the game, what do Brian Lima's peers think of him?
He's probably the mentally toughest man I've ever met. His ability to just keep on keeping on, and it's something that will never happen again. There's no doubt that in the modern professional era, for someone to even go to 4 World Cups will be something very special, but for Brian to have achieved a world record that won't be broken, he's a very unique individual. He is a national treasure in Samoa, and so he's not here on sentimental value, I can assure you that. He's here because he's one of the 4 best wings in Samoa.
Brooke Howard-Smith with that story. Well, Frank, you played with Lima back in the 91 World Cup. He is going to need to be exonerated if he's got any more participation in this World Cup. I suppose it's a bit of an undignified way to finish his career.
Well, yes and no. I mean, he's always going to remember coming to, you know, his 5th World Cup. But yeah, certainly if he's not able to play in the last game, then a little bit sad for him, a little bit sad for Samoans, and you know the way they'll remember him. But I guess after a little bit of time, they'll start thinking back to way back, you know, when he was at his very, very best. So he's been a great player, and you know, 5 World Cups, it's awesome. And as Michael Jones said, it's not going to be beaten.
It could be a poignant game because obviously it's going to be Michael Jones' last as coach for Samoa, and then we're going to see a changing face of Samoan rugby.
Yeah, well, I think it's just it just reached that time. It does, you know, it's cyclical rugby, and people they come and go. Everyone's getting a little bit older there, and you know, Brian was 19, I think, when he first played in that World Cup there, and now he's nearly 36. You know, it comes and goes, and while it's sad, you know, there's going to be new stars, there's going to be new coaches, and people will just step up as they always do.
All right, of course, they played the Americans in their last game.